Hi everyone, today is Tuesday, October 2, and I can really feel this shift in, I guess, a lot of different things. And is it the equinox? Is it a shift in sort of the planets? Is it the universe saying something? Who knows? Anyways, this video is actually going to be about selling people's images. I actually attended this annual general meeting for this nonprofit organization yesterday, and I'm not going to mention their name because I'm not going to give them free advertising. But what was really interesting was to see some of these dynamics in these nonprofit cultures, and I'm a very big supporter of balance between private and public enterprise, especially in dehumanization communities. So I'm sitting in this meeting, and then there's this guy walking around or whatever, and he's got this big camera. And I noticed that he was like, trying to get an image of me. And, I was talking to the person next to me, and, they were just saying that at these annual general meetings, what they would do is they would have like these little markers or whatever that the person would actually put on their name tag so that the photographer could actually have a cue to not take a picture of that person. And this is one thing that I actually noticed is that in this demographic in Canada, for example, that's incredibly problematic for dehumanization, medicalization, criminalization, unemployment, pursuing this black differential, really, really problematic province. They like to take actually pictures of diversity people, that's what they call them, and they put them into these little propaganda things where they have some kind of mission, and then they put a little picture of someone with, maybe someone like myself who has locks, and but doesn't realize that I'm also a person who is decolonized. So it's really interesting to see this. And I was also talking to another person who said, I think she was from some like a Latina, Caucasian Latina. She was saying that even these photographers just approach her daughter and want to take pictures of her, and she says no, because you don't even know where these images are going, or, for example, the kind of money that's going to be made from these images. So it was really interesting because I saw this guy and I used my finger and I just sort of waved to him, I don't think so. And the reason for that is because if they're actually going to use an image to make profit, then you know what, you better share that profit. And that's the way equality works. Human rights conventions talks about it, international conventions talk about it, even local conventions talk about it. And culturally, that's not even something that we even begin to think to exploit, equality. So I just wanted to share this with you. I just thought it was just very strange. And so I was like, okay, listening to, what the discussion was about. I wanted to hear about the, the governance of the organization, how the organization actually structures itself to relieve the, I guess, the social of dehumanization. And it was really interesting to even hear how these nonprofit organizations are actually doing imperial building based on exploitation of people's poverty or impoverishment or dehumanization related to criminalization, medicalization, unemployment, broken families. Like, people are actually, there's nonprofits that are actually building in building capital in a very imperial way based on exploiting people's misfortunes. Like, it was really, really strange for me. So I'm sitting there and I'm seeing this person, and I'm like, you know what, fucker, don't even take my picture, because you know what, if they do take my picture, then I'm going to go straight to their balance sheet and say, okay, they had 24,594,896 available, and I'm going to ask them for that. Because you know what I've noticed in these I'm starting to pay attention to these nonprofits, especially in this particular demographic in the global north. north of the USA and in a specific province, I've noticed that um, they wean a lot of money, for example, from the public purse, and they have this, I don't know what this thing is, but they basically give it to all their friends, and you see all these same people,